Good morning. Will the audience please remain standing for the invocation to be offered by the Reverend Don May Allpaul. Reverend Allpaul is the pastor at First Reformed Church of Onatskill in New York. Reverend Allpaul is also the proud mother of Troy Allpaul, who is in the graduating class this morning. Then please remain standing for our national anthem to be sung by members of Wakapala. Thank you.
Will you bow your heads with me? God of wisdom and compassion, we call on you today knowing that you are already here. You have been encouraging us and caring for us always. Inspire each of these students to take all they have experienced here at Washington College and use it for good in your world. Give each one of us courage to be more than we thought possible. Help us to be a voice of positive change, an instrument of peace, a communicator of knowledge. Just as we have been part of this amazing community, we ask that you help us to find new communities where we can grow and offer ourselves for the good of others. We ask for wisdom, patience, and grace in all that we do. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red flare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good morning. Welcome, family and friends, faculty and staff, honored guests, and especially our graduating seniors. Isn't it a beautiful morning in Chestertown? Sorry for the ping pong. Before I get any further, I want to give credit to Laura Wilson and her amazing staff who have tried to, at various times, get us outside. The weather just wasn't cooperating. But Laura, thank you to all of you and your team. You've done a wonderful job. Yeah. Now, graduates, this morning is mostly about celebrating you and your accomplishments. But before we do that, we need to acknowledge some very special people who have been instrumental in your success. Graduates, please join me in thanking the parents, grandparents, guardians, siblings, aunts, uncles, and other relatives and close friends who have supported you financially, emotionally, and in every possible way during the past few years. Let's give them all a round of applause. And now, let's recognize the men and women who have guided you through your academic studies, from your first year GRW course, which I'm sure you remember with fondness, to your senior capstone experience. Please join me in a round of applause for our wonderful faculty and for all the ways they have mentored you, challenged you, and encouraged you. Graduates, this morning we are fortunate to have a guest who portrays one of the greatest Americans, the greatest of the founding fathers, our founding patron, George Washington, in the hottest musical production to ever hit Broadway, Hamilton. It's hard to believe that Chris Jackson didn't graduate from Washington College. I wish we had. He's an American history buff and a big fan of the nation's first president, whom he considers the great American icon. On stage, he embodies that wise and authoritative Washington persona who reminds us that our nation was built on compromise and that the American democracy will always be a work in progress. This message is one that certainly resonates with the multitudes of Hamilton fans. Please give a very warm welcome to the very talented Christopher Jackson, who will share a few words from our college's namesake. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the General.
Good morning. Y'all gonna have to do a little bit better than that. Good morning. Little rain don't stop no show, right? I'm honored to be here at Washington College. I'm told that at this college's first commencement, there were only about 5 students that graduated. Clearly, it's grown a little bit since then. As President Bear said, I spend about 20 hours every week being George Washington on stage. So I thought I'd help welcome everyone this morning with a few of the General's own words, taken from his response to the Board of Visitors and Governors after receiving an honorary Washington College degree. Gentlemen, the honorary testimony of your regard calls forth my grateful acknowledgments. A recollection of our glorious struggle for the rights of man cannot fail to inspire every heart with veneration and gratitude. Among the numerous blessings of peace may be reckoned the prosperity of colleges. In civilized societies, the welfare of the state and happiness of the people are advanced as we attend to the morals and good education of youth. That's you guys. I cannot forbear on this occasion to express the satisfaction I feel in seeing the increase of our institutions of learning throughout this country. It affords me particular pleasure to know that the seat of learning under your direction hath attained such proficiency in the arts and sciences. I sincerely pray that the great author of the universe may smile upon the institution and make it an extensive blessing to this country. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. You know, I was lucky enough to get tickets to the show in New York last November for my entire family, and it was the most exhilarating theatrical experience any of us have ever had. And we had people ranging in ages from 65 down to 16. Everybody was thrilled. And it was particularly helpful to me and meaningful to me because of obviously given Washington College's historical connection to George Washington, to historian Ron Chernow, whose biography inspired the musical, and to the show's composer, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is the recipient of the 2015 George Washington Prize. So we are so pleased that you could take a break from I know what is a very hectic schedule to be with us today. Now, in keeping with the time-honored tradition, I am pleased to introduce our senior class speaker, who also happens to be a very talented singer. Megan M. Harrison from Amstead, Maryland, majored in English with minors in music and psychology. Megan is known widely for her beautiful voice and her participation in a cappella. At Washington College, Megan has served as a peer mentor, a member of the Student Service Council, Psi Chi, the Psychology Honor Society, the Sigma Tau Delta, the English Honor Society, Omicron Delta Kappa, the Leadership Honor Society, and Phi Beta Kappa. She also served as a dedicated and loyal student employee in my office, for which we are very grateful. Please welcome Megan to represent the class of 2016.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend I'm not nervous. Have you ever been scrolling on social media and seen a BuzzFeed article with a title that's so catchy, intriguing, and oddly specific that you can't resist clicking on it? Well, here's my version of that clickbait for you today. The 5 best things about Washington College that will leave you feeling proud, reminiscent, and more than a little nostalgic. And you can't scroll past this in your program, so bear with me. Number 1, the friendships. We came here 4 years ago as total strangers from all different parts of the country and the globe. We became roommates, always leaving our doors open in Minta for new friends to wander in from the hallway. We became classmates, always providing that heaven-sent reassurance to one another when the question, "Have you started that paper yet?" was met with no. We became teammates on the playing field, colleagues in our clubs, and coworkers in our campus jobs. We became soulmates, and maybe you're leaving here today having found the love of your life. But above all, we became friends. And even after we're no longer within earshot of each other on this tiny campus, our friendships will remain the lifelong ties we hang on to forever. Number 2, we may not be anywhere near Chipotle, or anywhere near much civilization for that matter, but we are within walking distance of that gleaming blue Chester River. And whether you rode on it, sailed on it, sank to the bottom of it in a cardboard boat, studied it in your environmental science lab, or just looked at it from afar, you know how lucky we are to have it. Living on this quaint little piece of eastern shore with access to small town treasures like lemon leaf and evergreen is something we have all appreciated. Number 3, the professors. Maybe one took you under his wing, shared his own research with you, and became sort of an academic dad to you. Maybe one invited your class over for dinner. Maybe one saw promise in you that you didn't know you had. Maybe one ended up on a National Geographic television show, and you can say you skinned a deer with him with primitive tools under his instruction. No matter the case, the close relationships we've developed with our professors are a part of the Washington College experience we should never take for granted. Number 4, the nature of the liberal arts education you received here has made you incredibly well-rounded. Maybe you directed your own play, dazzled your peers with magic tricks, starred in a music video, studied abroad, or had a soil painting display in the art gallery. Or maybe you did all of those things while also playing a sport, tutoring, and still finding time to watch Netflix and go to the Bluebird on Team Tuesday. At Washington College, you don't have to be just a science student or just an arts student. You can really have a taste of everything, and I think that's why we've thrived. And last but not least, number 5, all of WAC's little quirks. The Mount Vernon trips, the May Days, the Martha's Burritos, the alma mater that gets stuck in your head every time you're on hold, and the endless ways to dress up statues of George Washington around campus. Idiosyncrasies like these are what have taken the college campus we first saw as freshmen and made it home. These are the reasons why we chose this school 4 years ago. They are the reasons we stayed here, even through all the late nights and thesis struggles. They're the reasons why we're now ready to go out into the world and chase the blindingly bright futures each and every one of us has ahead. They're the reasons we'll look back on our precious years here and know we certainly had it good. Congratulations to my classmates and friends, Washington College's class of 2016.
Thank you, Megan. Perhaps the best measure of the quality of any educational institution is the character and accomplishments of its graduates. The Alumni Association of Washington College each year recognizes a graduate who, by achievement and service to the community and country, has attained distinction. This year, the Alumni Board of Washington College has selected Stephen Amick, a former Delaware state legislator, to receive the Alumni Citation for Excellence in Public Service. Heather Spurrier-Culp of the class of 2000, chair of the Alumni Board, will read the citation. Ms. Culp.
Good morning. I can appreciate where you all are today, as 16 years ago I graduated inside as it was raining, but it was still a great day, so I know you'll make it a great day. Stephen Amick, would you please join me here at the front of the stage? Stephen H. Amick, class of 1969. It is not hyperbole to say that Steve Amick's involvement in politics, and particularly state government, has been a lifelong pursuit. Steve was just 8 years old when he helped his parents distribute campaign brochures for a state legislator in Delaware. That was also when he started his political button collection, which has grown over the last 6 decades to include more than 400 campaign buttons, including the 19th century gem, that of Winfield Scott Hancock, the Democratic nominee for President of the United States in 1880. Steve had found his calling. His early forays into political leadership included his election as president of the Newark High School Republican Club and president of the College Republicans here at Washington College. After his freshman year, the political science major interned in the DC office of Delaware's U.S. Senator J. Caleb Boggs and set his sights on law school. With a degree from the Dickinson School of Law, Steve joined the DuPont Company as counsel and later became special counsel at the prestigious firm Couch & Taylor. Elected to the Delaware House of Representatives in 1986, he served 4 terms in the House before moving to the Senate in 1994. Throughout his political tenure, Steve was known as an advocate for open government, consistently working for better public access to the legislative process. Tagged as a friend of education by the Delaware State Education Association, Steve was responsible for legislation creating charter schools, as well as for bills aimed at recruiting and retaining quality teachers. His many honors include Common Causes Goods Government Award, the Delaware State Bar Association's Distinguished Legislative Service Award, the Delaware Superior Court's Amicus Curiae Award, and AARP's State Public Service Award. At his retirement in 2008, a Senate resolution noted his commitment to principle and his rare combination of a tough-minded intellect and compassionate, gentle spirit. That altruism has been much in evidence throughout his involvement with groups including the Pencader Heritage Alliance, the Newark Arts Alliance, the YMCA organizations in both Bear, Glasgow, and Newark, the Breast Cancer Advisory Council, the Newark Historical Society, and the Civic League of Newcastle County. In recognition of his outstanding example of citizen leadership, Washington College is pleased to present to Stephen H. Amick, class of 1969, the Alumni Citation for Excellence in Public Service.
Thank you for your kind and great generous introduction. My relationship with Washington College goes back more than 50 years. It seems impossible to think of the many changes that have taken place since that time. Not only changes in bricks and mortar, but also changes in social climate. I was thinking recently of some of the social changes, my personal involvement with them. In particular, I'd like to give some credit to helping to bring out the changes in the way the college treated women. In the 1960s, women lived on one side of Washington Avenue, men lived on the other side. Women had travel limitations, strict rules and curfews, all enforced by live-in house mothers. Men had no such rules, no such house fathers. I think it was important to get involved. Despite reprimands for the need of women, I organized as a group to work together to abolish those rules. By the time we graduated, those restrictions were gone and considered laughable. But the conflict in Vietnam and the assassination of President Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and Robert Kennedy gave reason for us to stay involved. The persistence of international controversy, as well as national and local issues, continue to force us to participate in order to secure the peace and freedoms Americans have enjoyed. Much of my life has been spent in public service or public politics, depending on your point of view. If it's a local concern or a larger policy concern, it's meant as public service or political activism, and now more than ever, it's important to be involved. That's one of the things I learned at Washington College. Despite the changes since 1969, trust that you have learned that too. Thank you.
Steve, your alma mater is very proud of your many accomplishments. Thank you for those lovely words. It is a tradition of commencement for Washington College to celebrate people of extraordinary merit. We are so honored to have with us today Christopher Jackson, an actor who portrays George Washington, Pulitzer Prize-winning author Joseph Ellis, an historian who has written about George Washington, and our commencement speaker, David Rubenstein, a business executive and philanthropist who loves George Washington. He is committed to supporting the arts and preserving America's treasures. Thank you all for joining us here in Chestertown this weekend. And speaking of extraordinary people and committed philanthropists, I am thrilled to make a very special announcement. Last week, Barbara Townsend Cromwell, class of 1955, committed a very generous gift, naming the new academic building scheduled to open this fall for herself and her late husband, George, class of 1953. Two of our most devoted alumni. The Barbara and George Cromwell Hall also includes a classroom that will be the centerpiece of the Cromwell Center for Teaching and Learning. As Mr. Rubenstein has noted on so many occasions, philanthropy is not so much about giving away money as it is about showing compassion for others. With her generous gift, Barbara Cromwell, an emerita member of the Board of Visitors and Governors, has significantly shown just how much she values our faculty and the students under their mentorship. And on a personal note, I would like to say, Barbara, that when she let me know of this incredible gift, she said she also wanted it to be viewed as an endorsement of my presidency, and I can't tell you how much that means to me to come from someone who has loved and supported this school for so long. So Barbara, if I could embarrass you just for a minute, could you please rise so we could give you a round of applause and recognize you? Thank you. There she is. It is my privilege now to introduce Washington College class of 1985 alumnus and the chair of our Board of Visitors and Governors, Larry Culp. Larry is the retired Chief Executive Officer and President of Danaher Corporation. During his tenure, the company's success led the Harvard Business Review to name him among the top 50 CEOs in the world. In his retirement, Larry has joined the faculty at the Harvard Business School as senior lecturer, focusing on strategy and leadership. He also serves on the Board of Trustees of Wake Forest University and T. Rowe Price Group. Please join me in welcoming Larry, who will deliver greetings from the board and also read the mandamus for the college honors. Larry?
Barbara, you and George are the best. Thank you. Good morning. My pleasure to welcome everyone on behalf of the Board of Visitors and Governors, and particularly these folks in black in front of us, to congratulate the class of 2016. We are incredibly impressed and certainly proud with what you've accomplished. We've watched from afar, and here you sit moments away from joining us as alums. We couldn't be more proud of what you've done. Take a moment to treasure today. Reflect on what you've learned and the people who have gotten you here. You've worked hard. You've had a lot of support. You should be ecstatic at what you've accomplished. I know we are. We're family, right? And you're going to leave. You're going to head north or south on 213 today, but come back. We'll be here, and we'll welcome you with open arms, rest assured. You heard President Bear. It doesn't seem like it was 1985 when I was sitting right where you were, anxiously awaiting the calling of my name to come up, grab my diploma, and start to celebrate. So I have some recollection of where you are today. I remember, somewhat vaguely, that Steven Weinberg, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist, was here to deliver the keynote address. I do remember that we gave out our Award for Excellence, something the college created in 1976 to recognize extraordinary human achievement, to the noted violinist Isaac Stern. And until today, there have only been 20 recipients of the Award for Excellence. My graduation day was memorable, but I think I would argue that your graduation day should be and will be truly extraordinary. In part because this is an historic occasion. You probably did not know that not since George Washington himself was here in May of 1784 has the Board of Visitors and Governors conducted business in conjunction with commencement. Since Thursday afternoon, as the graduating seniors began their weekend celebrations with a visit to General Washington's home in Mount Vernon, the board has been particularly focused on the institution's connection to George Washington and his legacy of philanthropy and public service. We especially enjoyed our time yesterday with our two guests, David Rubenstein and Joseph Ellis, two American patriots who truly recognize the unique rights and freedoms we all enjoy in the United States of America, and who have answered George Washington's call to serve the greater good. Secondly, as you saw a moment ago, we happen to have George Washington with us today. Chris Jackson, who plays our nation's first president on Broadway in Hamilton, made a quick stage exit to be with us today. And later this morning, will, in fact, present the George Washington Medal to our 2016 recipient. How cool is that? Thank you, Chris. Just as the Founding Fathers forged a new nation, and just as Hamilton has sparked a new appreciation for civic education, our president, Sheila Bair, has begun to take us on a journey for our college, for Washington's college, to realize its full potential as a premier liberal and arts science college in this country. Sheila's also leading the conversation, the national conversation, with respect to affordable higher education, without which the ideal that we hold so dear of an educated citizenry has no real hope. So, these are indeed revolutionary times. Washington College's trajectory has never been higher, our star never brighter. It's a good time. It's a great time to become an alumnus of Washington College. Welcome aboard. Let me now read the mandamus for the college honors. It having been certified by the Honors and Awards Committee to the visitors and governors of Washington College that Christopher Jackson, Joseph Ellis, and David Rubenstein are of acknowledged eminence and distinction, have made worthwhile and noteworthy contributions to our society, and are therefore worthy to receive the highest honors. You are hereby authorized and directed, in accordance with the ordinance to that effect, to confer at the public commencement on May 21, 2016, to Christopher Jackson, an award for excellence, Joseph J. Ellis, honoris causa, the degree of Doctors of Law, and to David M. Rubenstein, honoris causa, the degree Doctor of Laws. And if I could just steal 30 more seconds, I want to thank our President, Sheila Bair, for a splendid first year as our leader. I've come to know Sheila quite well over the last year, and I know of no one who embodies the ideals of citizen leadership and moral courage more than Sheila Bair. I couldn't be happy for soon to be our alma mater, that Sheila's at the helm, and as she comes close here to finishing her first year, I have a strong sense she's just getting started. Congratulations.
Thank you, Larry. That was very kind, and it has been a good year. And the best part of it has been getting to know and interact with so many of you. And that's really why I took this job, because I believe strongly in young people and want to do everything I can as I get towards the end of my career to help you make sure you're academically and financially prepared for your futures. Washington College has conferred the honorary degree since 1785. On June 24, 1789, the college bestowed upon President George Washington the first honorary degree awarded to a sitting president of the United States. How cool is that? This degree, Doctor of Laws, reflected the deep respect and gratitude that the college held and still holds for its namesake and founding benefactor. In the 1782 letter to then General Washington, Dr. William Smith, the college's founding president, prescribed the newly chartered institution as, quote, a seminary of universal learning expressly dedicated to your name, with a view of instructing and animating the youth of many future generations to admire and to imitate these public virtues and patriot labors which have created a private monument to you in the heart of every good citizen. Washington gave 50 guineas in support of the college's founding. He paid a visit to our campus in 1784 and served on a board of visitors and governors until his inauguration as our nation's first president. Today, we present the honorary degree and award for excellence to 3 outstanding individuals. In addition to their own honor, they will each receive a reproduction of the degree presented to George Washington more than 230 years ago. And I'd just like to show it to you. So we've never done this before, but this is a frame replica of the degree that the man himself got. And we hope it's special. We've never done this before, and we hope you will each enjoy having it. Thank you, Rich. Yeah, thank you. Mr. Jackson, will you please join me at the lectern? Christopher Jackson. The last time Washington College bestowed an academic honor upon our founding namesake was in 1789, when we conferred a Doctor of Laws degree shortly after his inauguration as the first President of the United States. Today, we are happy once again to honor George Washington, or rather to honor the extraordinary performer who has recently become the voice and face of Washington for millions of people around the world. Christopher Jackson is a founding father of the hit musical Hamilton, having been with the show since its off-Broadway debut just a little over a year ago. In the short time since then, it has gone on to widespread acclaim as an instant classic of the American stage, with the Broadway version garnering a Pulitzer Prize, a Grammy Award, 13 Tony nominations, and our very own George Washington Prize. 16, oh, excuse me. I undercount, but who's counting? Its audio recording has been the most successful cast album in more than half a century. In the part of George Washington, Christopher Jackson embodies the qualities that made the father of our country great, combining fortitude with grace, self-discipline, clarity of purpose, and what the show's creator, Lin-Manuel Miranda, has called a kind of moral authority on stage. Mr. Jackson embodies these qualities off stage too, in his unofficial capacity as team spirit leader for the rest of the musical's cast. And beyond the show, Mr. Jackson brings similar strengths to his roles, not just as an actor and singer, but also as an Emmy award-winning composer and lyricist, a musician, a father of 2, and a vigorous advocate for people with autism. In recognition of his outstanding work, Washington College is pleased to confer upon Christopher Jackson the Award for Excellence, as well as to present a facsimile of the diploma, as we indicated, that we awarded to George Washington 227 years ago. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College and by the state of Maryland, I present to you the Award for Excellence with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. And that's real silver, by the way. Would you like to make some noise? You can put it back. Yeah. It is now my privilege to invite Mr. Jackson to give a response.
Forgive me. People say nice things about you, if you're lucky. And judging by that and by this marvelous award and recognition, I count myself incredibly fortunate. Just please allow me to thank President Sheila Bair. Board, yes, please. And of course, Board Chair, Mr. Larry Culp, thank you for your friendship and for welcoming me into such an amazing place. To Mr. Rubenstein and to Mr. Ellis, Mr. Adam Goodhart, whom I had a wonderful conversation with yesterday, who's also one of your faculty members here. When I asked him if he could help me prepare a few remarks, he's like, "Oh, you're an actor, just wing it." It's the worst thing. It's the last thing you want to hear from anyone. Allow me to just say this. Getting to know our founding father has been a life-changing, a seismic event in my personal experience. When Lin-Miranda started writing this musical, I was one of the first people that he confided in that he had gotten this idea. And I said, "What was it?" He says, "It's about the Treasury Secretary." And I said, "What Treasury Secretary?" "Alexander Hamilton." "Okay, Alexander Hamilton. Who do I get to play?" A few days later, he says, "George Washington." And I thought I knew who our first president, our founding father, was. And little did I know that getting to know this man would change the way that I see the world, that I see our country, that I see myself, and that I see our future. I would like to think that his staunch support for the collegiate system in this country, most importantly and most personally, this institution, would, if he were to look out upon all of these faces today, he would know that his legacy was secure. And so, with my gratitude and with my deep sense of purpose through standing in your presence today and the work that I get to do every day in New York on a Broadway stage, I think it better to just leave you with words that I have tried myself to live by from the moment that I read them. And they are the words of General George Washington. "Let us raise a standard to which the wise and honest can repair. The rest is in the hands of God." I thank you. God bless you. Thank you for inviting me here. And congratulations.
Thank you, Chris. That was amazing. We are so happy that you could be with us today. Joseph Ellis, will you please join me at the lectern? Joseph J. Ellis. Here stands a man who lives largely in the past, emerging frequently enough to make American history come alive for modern readers who are appreciating a rollicking good story. Joseph Ellis, a Pulitzer Prize and National Book Award winning historian, populates his books with the most amazing characters, the leading men of America's founding era, including, of course, our very own George Washington. An early forebear of the movement among academics to reach new audiences through carefully researched, lucid, and deftly written prose, Joseph Ellis has become, as critic Jonathan Yardley suggested, quote, the most widely read scholar of the Revolutionary period, and thus probably the most influential as well, at least among the general public. Our nation's future depends upon our knowledge and understanding of our American history. The public reception of Ellis's highly acclaimed books, among them Founding Brothers, The Revolutionary Generation, American Sphinx, The Character of Thomas Jefferson, His Excellency George Washington, and most recently, The Quartet, orchestrating the Second American Revolution, attest to his power as both scholar and storyteller. By sussing out the personalities, relationships, political intrigues, shifting landscapes, and cultural influences that shaped American history, Ellis is educating a new generation of informed, responsible citizenry capable of preserving and sustaining our democratic system. Thank you, Joe, for joining us here in the 21st century. In recognition of your significant contributions to the canon of American history, it is my distinct pleasure to bestow upon Joseph J. Ellis the honorary degree Doctor of Laws. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College and by the state of Maryland, I confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Laws, with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. There you are. It's now my great privilege to invite our most recent alumnus to give remarks. Joe?
Genuine thanks to Sheila and the trustees of Washington College for this distinction. I will wear it, I hope, with the distinction it deserves. As a veteran of commencements, long-term liberal arts college faculty member, I realize that you are the main event here, and the rest of us need to keep that in mind, and that most especially your parents are waiting expectantly and to watch you cross the stage and enter the threshold from college to life. In other words, from their budgets to your own. There are three principles in commencement exercises of this sort, just as in real estate, there are three principles: location, location, and location. Commencement, it's brevity, brevity, and brevity. As a historian of the American founding, so-called, and biographer of Washington, it does seem appropriate to use this very small slice of time to share my alleged wisdom about the man after whom your college is named. This so at cocktail parties in Georgetown, you will possess surefire conversational superiority about the founder and namesake of your alma mater, because you're supposed to know about him, right? Here are three pieces of Washingtonian wisdom that you will possess that most of your peers won't. First, there is the most famous story about young Washington, the one that everybody knows, the one about chopping down the cherry tree and not telling a lie. You probably already know this, but this myth originated in 1801, 2 years after Washington's death, in a biography rushed into print by one Parson Weems. It is a total and complete fabrication. The myth that Washington could not tell a lie is a lie. Second, when Washington married Martha Dandridge Custis in 1759, she was the wealthiest widow in Virginia. He was 27, she was 25, and she had 2 children from her previous marriage that Washington subsequently raised as his own. But she never gave birth to another child during her 40-year marriage to Washington. It therefore seems highly likely that Washington was biologically incapable of having children of his own. Yes, the father of his country was most likely sterile. Third and finally, there are several reasons why Washington deserves the title, which I have given him, of foundingest father of them all. His singular quality, what made him in truth the indispensable man, was judgment, an ability that can be learned but not taught. Like pornography, judgment is difficult to define, but we all understand it or recognize it when we see it. Franklin was wiser, Madison was more politically agile, Jefferson was more intellectually sophisticated, Hamilton was more brilliant. As I've said many times, Hamilton got the highest score on the LSATs. But Washington was their acknowledged superior, and they all said that. Why? It's judgment. Now, I could go into a 3-hour lecture here on 1775 and then 1776 and acts of judgment that made a difference in the direction of the revolution, or 1787 when he opts to become president of the Constitutional Convention. But brevity, brevity, brevity. Let me propose then that the essence of Washington's judgmental excellence was a profound understanding of how power works in a republic suspicious of all monarchical tendencies. Donald Trump, please take note. One could exercise this leadership ability successfully only if you were permanently poised to give it up. Washington did so twice. First at Annapolis, only a few miles from here in 1783, when he surrendered his sword as commander of the Continental Army and became the American Cincinnatus. Second at Philadelphia in 1797, when he retired from the presidency after 2 terms. Washington was an aficionado of exits. He was the man who always knew when to leave. This will be extremely useful for all of you as a story that you can remember at cocktail parties I mentioned earlier at Georgetown, when you need to leave early to relieve the babysitter. Washington will be setting your example, and I share this story with you as the appropriate vehicle for my own exit, repeating my appreciation of this honor at last, and follow this example to my seat at the rear. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ellis. You honor us by allowing us to honor you. David Rubenstein, will you please join me at the lectern? David M. Rubenstein, like all great American capitalists of humble origins, David M. Rubenstein built his fortune by daring greatly and investing wisely. What distinguishes this CEO of the world's largest private equity firm is his commitment to give back to the country that made it possible for him to build an extraordinary life and to inspire others in a very public way to do the same. His parents had modest ambitions, I understand, for their only child. They wanted him to become a dentist. Instead, he attended Duke University and the University of Chicago Law School on full scholarships and served 4 years in the White House as President Carter's Deputy Assistant for Domestic Policy. David Rubenstein gave up government service and the practice of law on a hunch that a buyout firm based in Washington, D.C. could do very well. The risk inherent in operating an alternative investment firm such as the Carlyle Group paid off handsomely. Founded in 1987, that enterprise fueled a 30% annualized return for investors and a habit of philanthropy that keeps him at the top of the charts among the most generous donors in America. Driven by a passion for history to practice what he calls patriotic philanthropy, David Rubenstein has given millions of dollars to preserve America's public treasures, including the Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial, James Madison's Montpelier, George Washington's Mount Vernon, and the National Archives, where his copy of the Magna Carta is on display. His collection of rare historic documents purchased for public safekeeping includes the Declaration of Independence and the Emancipation Proclamation. With memberships on more than 25 nonprofit boards, including the Smithsonian's Board of Regents and the Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts, David Rubenstein has demonstrated an astonishing spirit of generosity that restores our faith in American capitalism. We are honored today to present to an extraordinary patriot, David M. Rubenstein, the Honorary Doctor of Laws. You are so welcome. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College and by the state of Maryland, I confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Laws, with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. It is now my great privilege to invite our most recent alumnus to provide the commencement address to the graduates. Congratulations. You are so welcome.
First, let me acknowledge my pleasure at being here and my admiration for Larry Culp. I am a chair of a university board as well, and I know many chairs of university boards, and I know no one who is more committed and more passionate about his college or his university than Larry Culp. So Larry, congratulations for what you've done. And it is often said that Washington, D.C. is lacking in great leaders. Well, occasionally there are great leaders, and the Board of Trustees here was very wise in picking one of Washington's greatest leaders to be your university president, your college president. Sheila, thank you for what you've done for this college. So, how many people here, how many graduates or prospective graduates never thought this day would come? Okay? How many parents and siblings and grandparents never thought this day would come? Okay. How many people think George Washington was our greatest president? Okay. How many people think the rain outside is his tears of joy at this graduation? In a few short moments, the members of the class of 2016 will receive their well-earned degrees and begin a new chapter in their lives. Congratulations to those who worked hard to get their degrees, and particular congratulations to those who figured out how to get their degrees without working very hard. And congratulations as well to the parents, grandparents, siblings, friends, and also the professors who helped to make this occasion possible. Hopefully, you will hear thanks not only today, but also for many years into the future for your help in making this day possible. Most likely, those of you who are graduating today feel, as you embark on your future lives and careers, that you are leaving Washington College behind. In your view, the college is about to be in your rear view mirror. In reality, that will not be the case. In reality, you will be linked with Washington College for the rest of your lives. For wherever you go in the world or whatever you do, you will inevitably be asked by anyone you meet, socially or professionally, what is your name, where are you from, and where did you go to college? And that is a very good thing for today's graduates because you went to a college with a great history and one which gave you a first-rate liberal arts education in a beautiful historic setting with faculty members who actually enjoy teaching. Yes. It is also a good thing as well because you will forever carry the name Washington with you, and there can be few greater honors and few greater responsibilities than that. Why is it an honor? Of course it is an honor to graduate from our country's only college or university, which is not only named for George Washington, but also on whose Board of Trustees George Washington actually served, and I might add, served with pleasure and commitment to the college's success. It is also an honor to graduate from this college because of the unique achievements of the man for whom this college is proudly named. And those achievements were not, as some think, chopping down a cherry tree, as we've heard, and not lying about it, as you heard, that never happened, or throwing a silver dollar across the Potomac, also not true, or living a life with wooden teeth, also false, though Washington did manage to live much of his adult life with only one real tooth. Washington's real achievements were ones which really made it possible for all of us to be here today, in a country which has, despite its flaws, the unique and attractive characteristics which make the country the envy of most of the world. In a eulogy delivered on the floor of Congress shortly after George Washington died, Light Horse Harry Lee, a fellow Revolutionary War hero and the father of Robert E. Lee, described Washington as first in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen. At that time, perhaps no sentence better described Washington's legacy. But today, using more modern terms, Washington is perhaps best seen as an entrepreneur, as a creator. But he created not a company, but more than any single one of the other founding fathers, he created a country. And like a good serial entrepreneur and a good creator, he demonstrated the necessary skill to do so repeatedly. For Washington effectively created, by necessity, this country 3 separate times. And each creation was necessary. if there was to be any chance for us to be here today enjoying the benefits of the extraordinary United States of America. Let me explain briefly. Washington effectively created the country first by agreeing to serve with no salary, with few troops, and with long odds against success as commander of our country's Revolutionary War Army. For 8 years, against the world's greatest military power, Washington trained and led an army drawn from the simple farming and working people of America, most of whom had no prior military experience and nearly all of whom were badly equipped, improperly clothed, and rarely paid. And the ultimate victory essentially created our country. And it was universally recognized then that no other American at that time had the military training, leadership skills, or strength of moral character to have produced this victory. Without Washington, we might be part of the British Commonwealth today. And while there are worse fates to be sure, we certainly would not have been able to develop this unique country to its full potential or its current state. And I might add that George Washington, to his credit, unlike nearly every other successful military leader in history, gave up his power after the military victory and went back to Mount Vernon to merely assume what he regarded as our country's better role, private citizen. Upon hearing that George Washington was walking away from the power which inevitably accrued to victorious generals, King George III, Washington's rival, said that if these reports were true, Washington was the greatest man on the face of the earth. They were, and he was. But sadly, the country created by Washington's military victory did not really work. The Articles of Confederation governing the new country did not allow an effective national government. The federal government really had no ability to raise funds, discharge debts, or build an army, or deal with foreign relations. Recognizing this, Washington agreed to return to public service to help create a new system of government. And in doing so, Washington provided the country with another entrepreneurial venture, his second creation, the U.S. Constitution. Of course, there are many who deserve credit for the Constitution, perhaps most particularly James Madison. But it was clear then that there would not have been enough support for the Constitution to be approved at the convention or to be later ratified by the states had Washington not given it his unconditional support by attending the convention, chairing the convention, signing the Constitution, and then working behind the scenes for its at times quite uncertain ratification. And thus it was George Washington who really made it possible to create the Constitution, now the legal basis for a government which has lasted 225 years and counting, and a document which is now easily recognized as the world's longest surviving and most treasured Constitution. But in truth, a third entrepreneurial creation was needed, and Washington provided it as well. The Constitution envisioned an executive branch led by a president, a unique and unprecedented office at that time. Although reluctant to serve at what he regarded as a very advanced age, 57, few men in his family had made it to that age, Washington ultimately did agree to serve, and in his 8 years effectively created the U.S. presidency. And he did so without any precedent. Today, so many of the traditions and activities of the presidency were created by Washington, and they shaped this important office. And without a presidency of the type created by Washington, it is clear that our other great presidents, Jefferson, Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt, Truman, Kennedy, Reagan, among others, could not have led this country. Washington created the cabinet. Washington created the president's foreign policy role. Washington created the manner by which presidents interact with Congress and with the people. Washington even created the title for the office, Mr. President. And he also created, most visibly, the city in which the president and the rest of our federal government are based. I cite these acts of entrepreneurial activity or creation by George Washington not because they were probably unknown to you. Hopefully all of you have had some American history by now. And I cite them not because I'm trying to motivate you to create your own country, constitution, or presidency, though I would not, of course, want you to restrain your ambitions. And I cite them not because Washington was a perfect person. He was actually not a great military tactician and lost more battles than he won, and he was not educated in any traditional sense, no high school or college degree. He rarely wrote his major policy statements. He was very aloof and standoffish. He had at times a terrible temper. He failed in his biggest business venture. He was perpetually in debt, and worse, he was a large slave owner. But no human is perfect, and I cite Washington's failings to make you understand that you do not need to be a perfect person to follow Washington's lead. And I cite Washington's creations for they outweigh his flaws, and his creations should make you proud now that you will carry his name with you the rest of your life. And I cite Washington's creations in part because I hope you will feel some motivation and some responsibility, like Washington, to give back to your country, to help make your country a better place, to do so when it may not always be convenient, to focus not only what is in your best interest, but what is in your country's best interest. And that country does not have to be this country. Whatever country you are from, give back, improve, help reduce discrimination and inequality, help those who cannot help themselves, leave a legacy for future generations, make your parents and your children proud of what you have done with your relatively limited time on the face of this earth. In the case of America, our forebears, including most especially George Washington, gave us a country with unique strengths and freedoms and opportunities, but they are imperfect and need to be improved. You have it within your grasp and responsibility to do so. I know that today, all of you who are graduating are focusing on getting that diploma, celebrating a bit, maybe a lot, and then beginning the next stage of your life, perhaps a job, perhaps additional schooling, perhaps just chilling out for a while. But whatever course you are pursuing, try not to focus only on your career, your wealth, your personal happiness, and your personal needs. Those are, to be sure, important considerations. But try as well to begin focusing on your responsibilities to others, and most particularly on your responsibilities to your country. You will find your life infinitely more enjoyable and rewarding if you do so. Trust me, in my own efforts, admittedly modest and not yet complete, nothing has been so rewarding, certainly not the making of money, as giving back to my country and trying to do what I can to help make the country a better place. And you have it within your power and grasp to do the same, to make the country a better one through the use of your skills and talents in whatever area you choose. Remember what George Washington did. He sacrificed for this country. He did not really want to spend 8 years fighting what seemed a hopeless and potentially life-threatening war. He did not really want to return to the public arena to orchestrate a new government, and he did not really want to serve 8 days as president, let alone 8 years. But he did all of those things at great personal and financial sacrifice to ensure a better country for future generations and to give back to the country for the blessings that he had already enjoyed in life. You can do the same, perhaps on a smaller scale, but perhaps on a bigger scale. There are no inherent limits to what you can achieve or what you can give back to your country. I would like to think George Washington agreed to serve on this college's board and to support it financially because he hoped its graduates might follow his lead and do whatever they realistically could through full-time or part-time actions, through financial support, through their energy, and through their ideas and leadership to make the country of his dreams a reality. Now you might wonder, how can I think I know what George Washington was hoping for Washington College graduates? Well, I was not honestly sure I did know what he thought until a few days ago when on my iPad appeared this letter. To my friends at Washington College, I agreed to join the board of Washington College because I thought the college was unique. It was small, focused on teaching and preparing our youth to become citizens. And to me, being a citizen means taking on the benefits of citizenship as well as the responsibilities of citizenship. In my own case, I know that my wife and family would have preferred that I stay home, tend to my farm, and leave to others the ordeals of trying to create a country of which my family and I, my fellow citizens, and the many future generations to come could feel was worthy of a free nation. I never regretted for a moment the sacrifices that I had to endure, for I felt a responsibility to do more with my life than lead a pleasant, but in the end, inconsequential life. I felt that I needed to get into the arena, as one of my successors would say, and to make a difference. My hope is that the graduates of Washington College will feel a similar obligation and responsibility to get into the arena, full-time or part-time, early or later in life, but at some point to take pride in their country and try to make it better. I hope today's graduates will resolve to do that. It would make an old man very happy and make me feel that my service on the Washington College Board and my providing my name to the college was a very wise decision. Indeed, perhaps one of my wisest and most rewarding decisions. I cannot talk to you directly from where I now reside, but I can certainly follow closely what you're doing, and I will be doing so as you lead your lives. To the graduates of the class of 2016, please make me proud. Most respectfully, George Washington. I cannot improve on the words of George Washington and will therefore not try. But one of his successors, also a war hero, and also someone who could easily have chosen to stay in private life, was able to capture George Washington's basic message of the importance, even at some personal sacrifice, of trying to give back to your country and thereby make your country and the world a better place. That successor, John F. Kennedy, who ultimately gave, during his public service, the last full measure of devotion to his country, asked Americans in his poetic inaugural address to ask not what the country could do for them, but rather what they could do for their country. Perhaps President Kennedy was inspired in part to ask that question by his review of George Washington's life as he prepared for his visit to Washington College when beginning his campaign in Maryland in 1960. But whatever the source of the inspiration for this key line in Washington's inaugural address, in Kennedy's inaugural address, the basic message, given largely to a new generation of Americans, resonated deeply with my own generation and with me. But that message, spoken so eloquently by John Kennedy and lived much earlier so eloquently by George Washington, applies to the generation sitting before me and to those sitting before commencement speakers throughout this land, east and west, south and north. Give back to your country. Think about what you can do to make your country a better place. Do so early and late in your life. Never forget that your country's ultimate fate and the future of your country depends on its citizens thinking more than about themselves and their personal well-being. It is your responsibility as a new generation of citizens to build on what George Washington created by you and for your family. And I believe all of you who are graduating today have a particular responsibility to give back to your country. For you, to a greater extent than other new graduates, now carry the name Washington with you, and you will for the rest of your lives. Wear that name proudly at all times. And like Washington, you too can stand in the docket of history and accept the responsibility of being not only a citizen, but a citizen with a special bond to George Washington and all that he created and represents. Do not shrink from this responsibility. Welcome it, cherish it, take joy in it. Make George Washington and his college proud. John Kennedy ended his extraordinary inaugural address with these words: "With a good conscience, our only sure reward, with history the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking his blessing and his help, but knowing that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own. Giving back to your country is surely God's work on this earth. Never forget that as you travel through life. But today, just pause to thank those who made it possible for you to graduate. I'm confident that even George Washington and also John Kennedy would agree that today is a day to celebrate. You have their permission, no doubt, to begin your life's journey to help your country tomorrow. Congratulations to the class of 2016. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rubenstein. Thank you for your great example of citizenship and for your inspiring words. At this time, I would like to call upon Mr. Culp to read the mandamus for the degrees for our graduates today.
To the President of Washington College, it having been certified by the faculty to the visitors and governors of Washington College that the following named persons have satisfied all requirements for the baccalaureate or master's degree, you are hereby authorized and directed, in accordance with the ordinance to that effect, to confer at the public commencement on May 21st, 2016, the degrees which they have earned.
Now's the time. Will the graduates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College and the state of Maryland, I hereby confer upon you the degree earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. In testimony whereof, I shall present you with your diploma when you appear before me at the platform. Please be seated. At this time, I call on our Chief Academic Officer, Provost and Dean, Emily Chamley-Wright, to introduce the candidates for degrees.
Do you remember when we met?
August 2012. I offered you a metaphor at that time, that the pursuit of a liberal education was akin to setting sail on a journey, apparently with rain in the forecast some days. A particular kind of journey, though, in which the destination was not necessarily predetermined. I promised you that this journey would be a raucous, emancipating adventure, that you would cultivate the kind of knowledge that is fearlessly inquisitive, the kind that is willing and capable of challenging power and keeping our tendency to slip into the laziness of dogmatism in check. Like sailors, liberally educated people hate to drift. We would much rather head upwind. As any sailor knows, such a journey is never straight. We have to tack this way and that, crisscrossing the channel to get where we need to go. Like the captain who knows how, slowly but decisively, to head upwind, the liberally educated person is one who possesses that capacity and propensity to make progress by pushing against the prevailing winds, to interrogate knowledge, no matter its source. On the journey you have just taken, you have learned facts, theories, creative techniques, and tools of investigation. But you have also learned the craft of asking well-packed questions, like, how do I know that this argument is right? What's the evidence? What new things might I learn, discover, or create if I look at this familiar thing from a different vantage point? What important questions have yet to be asked and explored? On this journey, you have navigated uncharted intellectual waters. You have known the thrill, the joy of unscripted discovery. Hold on to that joy. Repeat it. Play it over and over again, because it is among the fruits of pursuing and obtaining a liberal education. It is now my privilege to recognize the graduating senior with first honors. First honors is conferred to the senior who has achieved the highest cumulative average for the class of 2016 at Washington College. The student will receive a Bachelor of Arts. Grace Catherine O'Connor, summa cum laude, the Education Department Award, the Emil J.C. Hildenbrand Memorial Medal, Department Honors in English. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please come forward? Yordis Severina Lorenz, summa cum laude, the Tai Sung An Memorial Prize, the Psychology Department Outstanding Achievement Award, Outstanding Community Service Recognition, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Nicole C. Capobianco, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors in English, Departmental Honors in Theater. Kelly J. Sigalski, Departmental Honors in Business Management. Shane Michael Benz, summa cum laude, the Economics Department Award, the Political Science Award, Departmental Honors in Economics, Departmental Honors in Political Science. Megan Rose Menzel, summa cum laude, the Writers Union Award, Departmental Honors in English. Megan M. Harrison, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors in English. Nicholas Robert Blazewski, summa cum laude, the Dr. Davy H. McCall Prize in Economics, the International Studies Award, Departmental Honors in Economics. Emily Jane Summers, summa cum laude, the Stanley A. Shotland Business Leadership Award, the Economics Department Award, Departmental Honors in Business Management, Departmental Honors in Economics. Kelsey Ann Grooms, summa cum laude, the Margaret Horsley Award, Departmental Honors in Sociology. Brianna Lynn Yale, magna cum laude, the Virginia M. Connor 85 Psychology Award, Departmental Honors in Psychology, Departmental Honors in Sociology. Mary Elizabeth Bradshaw, magna cum laude, the Departmental Honors in Psychology, Departmental Honors in Music. Alexandria Elaine Smythe, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in English. Kelly Ann Casey Okerblum, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in Mathematics. Zachary Stephen Reback, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in Business Management. Ian Kenneth Egland, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in Computer Science. Maria Frances Comey, magna cum laude. Sydney Sherwood Saikhan, magna cum laude. Brent R. Longenecker, magna cum laude, the Department of Business Management Award, the Department of Business Management Senior Capstone Experience Award, Departmental Honors in Business Management. Brooke Kathleen Sanchez, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Marissa Lee Seidel, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in Anthropology. Riley Duncan Cox, magna cum laude, the Maureen Jacoby Prize, the Holstein Prize for Ethics, Departmental Honors in English, Departmental Honors in Theater. Jacob Ryan Wachter, magna cum laude. Sarah Josephine Mann, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in English. Lucas Matthew Morgan, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in Business Management. Victoria Brooke Venable, magna cum laude. Mahiro Nakamura, cum laude, in absentia. Rebecca Ann DeSantis, cum laude. Mercedes Noel Robertson, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Psychology, Departmental Honors in Sociology. Emily Lynn Klein, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Caitlin Nicole Kerr, cum laude. Matthew J. Savage, cum laude. Aiden Sultanova, cum laude, the Department of Sociology Service Award, Departmental Honors in Psychology, Departmental Honors in Sociology. Emma Way, cum laude. Rachel Elise Brown, cum laude, the Lambda Alpha Gamma of Maryland Chapter Senior Award, the Department of Modern Languages Services Award, Departmental Honors in Hispanic Studies. Amber Lauren Johnson, cum laude. Bradley Thomas Janoka, cum laude. Katrine Benz, cum laude, the American Studies Program Senior Capstone Experience Award. Dee Pong, cum laude. Alia P. Merhi, cum laude. Xiaoyu Wang, cum laude. Anna Carol Baldwin, cum laude. David Scott McBrien, cum laude. Shauna Ann Bruder, cum laude. The German Studies Alumni Award, the Erica and Henry Sollick Prize, the Daniel M. L. Primo Award, the Jonathan A. Taylor Jr. Leadership Award, the Departmental Honors in International Studies. Sophia Maria Colvin, cum laude. Eric Ryan Burson, cum laude. Raquel Gomez Fernandez, cum laude. Maisie Jan Newman, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Mathematics. Marcela Morales, cum laude. Olivia H. Donaldson, cum laude. Lindsay Marie Howren, cum laude. Catherine Lynn McMenamin, cum laude. The Sean O'Connor Teaching Award. Allison Elise Jane, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Kendall Irene Davis, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Theater. Katie Lee Abrams. Olabisi Adurashola Alabi. Karina Elizabeth Alvarez. The Lynette Nielsen Professional Practice Award. Nicholas Robert Anstedt, Departmental Honors in English. Anchi Bai. Sanai Adasalam Balema. Brian Joseph Bakur. John Robert Bauer. Andrew John Beardmore. John Robert Beck, Jr. Katrina Alejandra Beltran. Ana Maria Black, Departmental Honors in Hispanic Studies. Kathleen Parks Brennan. Keaton Bresnahan. Paige Elizabeth Briganti. Zachary K. Brillia, Departmental Honors in Computer Science. Lily Elizabeth Britt, the Department of Modern Languages Service Award. Christopher Leo Brown, Jr. Margaret Elizabeth Montgomery Butterball. Jack E. Butler. Caitlin Siobhan Burns. Alexander Michael Cancrow, Departmental Honors in Business Management. Benjamin Warren Chu. John Woodford Howard Christ, the Norman James Humanities Award for Excellence. Julia Beth Cohn, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Christina Elizabeth Colley, Departmental Honors in Business Management. Jennifer Ray Connor. Elizabeth Conover. Madhu Camilla Cornelius. Nicholas Coviello. Alexandra Kent Crawford. Amanda Kendall Crew. Charlotte Louise Cunini, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Ian Robert Kulkasi. John Curran. Samantha Ashlyn Dadds, the Sean O'Connor Teaching Award. Jacqueline Renee Desero. Mallory Lynn DeGeorge. Andrew John Doctor. Kathleen Dwyer. Sydney Taylor Easley. Sean Joseph Emerson. Cody Allen Engelhardt in absentia. Henry Connor Eschricht. Kenneth William Evans. Lin-Chi Fen. Terrence Ian Flynn. Sierra Forney. Alexander J. Foxwell. Bethany Alana Freeman. Juliana Nicole Fitzinger. Ang Gao. Brian James Gicking. Adam Joseph Galinsky. Abigail G. Gordon. Catherine Thompson Gorman, the American Studies Program Senior Capstone Experience Award. Jessica Marie Goff, Departmental Honors in Anthropology. John L. Gould. Peter Wilson Gould. Allison Kate Grady. Cody Weatherly Gray. Adam Nathaniel Green. Richard Frank Grouser III. Maru Guo. Kelsey Elizabeth Hanna, the International Studies Award. William Burke Harrington III. John Elmer Harris. Christopher M. Hartsky. Eric Thompson Helmley. Virginia Hale Hilliard. Jack Henry Hinder. Brittany Allison Hoffman. Dylan Moylette Hogan. Yin-Chen Hao. Samuel I. Hoy. Brittany Christine Hubbard. Andrew Forrest Holsketter. R. Graylin Hughes. Brendan John Hurley. William Joshua Hyde, the Anthropology Service Award. Sarah Iliano. Sean Michael Eisinger, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Tomoko Ishikawa in Essentia. Perry Marie Italiano. Brighton Middleton Ives. Daniel Joseph Gerald. Coppin B. Jordan. Gian Blair Kong. Hannah Cabetti. Christopher Michael Kelly. Carly Jo Kendall. David John Kendrick. Amanda Marie Clute, the Stewart Theater Award, Departmental Honors in English. David Joseph Knox. Christopher Albert Koch. Anton Kolyabin, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Rachel Susan Kurtz, the Penny J. Fall Award. Kayla Alexis Kyle, the German Studies Alumni Award. Dominic R. Lagrada. Patricia Ellen Langley. N.U. Law. Kristen Kim Lee. Marie Lemming. Stephen Hunter Lesson. Yiwen Liang. Ziyi Liu. Charles Allen Walter Logan, Jr. Christopher David Lucas. Eric Ashton Mahaffey in absentia. Evelyn Montagani, the Art History Award. Marta Marquez Calvet. Michaela Covey Martino. Nadine Joseph Massad, Departmental Honors in Economics. Kelsey Lee Mattingly. Stephen Robert McFall, the Anthropology Award. Matthew John McGreevy. Patrick Amon McGurk. Marielle Elizabeth McIntyre. Holly Elizabeth Michaud. Brian D. Miller, the Alpha Chi Omega Music Award, Departmental Honors in Music. Carly Danielle Mills. Ryan W. Miranda. Taylor Andrew Moore. Joshua Paul Morgan. Nicole Marie Morgan, the Karen Cates Emmerich Award. Patrick Riley Morgan. Ana Lucille Nazario, the Outstanding Dance Minor Student Award. Liliana Newman, the Arthur A. Knapp 39 Memorial Prize in History. Leon Alexander Newkirk. Robert Carl Nugent. Riley James O'Brien. James Francis Orsini, Jr. Colin Michael Ortel. Bethany Ann Palkovitz. Ekta Panagrahi in absentia. Danielle Nicole Parkerson. John J. Pretzel. Erica Lee Pratt. Tommaso Fausto Maria Prezioso. Departmental Honors in Business Management. Michelle Ramstack. Anastasia Marie Reed, the Arthur A. Knapp 39 Memorial Prize in History, the Pi Alpha Theta Award. Sarah Elizabeth Ryle. Madeline Rose Reynolds, Departmental Honors in Psychology in absentia. Garrett Michael Ricciardello. Vincent William Rogalski V. Von Marie Roland Gonzalez. Jessica Morgan Rosen. Leslie Janine Rothstein, Departmental Honors in English. Hannah Catherine Ruff. Joseph Matthew Samuels. Sierra Nicole Scanlon, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Patrick A. Schoen, Jr. Sydney Shore, the Lynette Nielsen Jurors' Choice Award. Jesse D. Sengstack. Zishan Iqbal Shad. Jeffrey Edward Sherwood, Departmental Honors in International Studies. Andrew Peter Shukovsky. Marley Ellis Sneeden. Robert Christian Starr, Jr. Nicholas F. Staub. Orrin Steinberg, the William Gover Duval 30 Prize, Departmental Honors in Computer Science in absentia. Joseph Sampson Stevens II, Departmental Honors in English. Ryan Alexander Stevens. Cicely Noel Strong. Sean Alexander Sim. Olivia Marie Zerba. Connor Brooks Thomas. Eric Reed Thompson, Department of Music Award for Professional Promise in Research and Creative Achievement. Patrick Shane Thompson. Ellen Sabatini Trebor. Anya Elizabeth Trankwalder. Julie Marie Valentine. Philip Luis Villaverde. John T. Warrington IV. Sydney Michelle Weeks. Catherine M. Wellington, the Simon Holtman Award. Ethan Zachary Bryson West. Jessica Wiegand. John Wild, the Arthur A. Knapp 39 Memorial Prize in History. Elizabeth Ann Wiley. Michael Tyler Wilson. Guang Yang in absentia. Hao Li Long. Amber Nicole Yates, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Katie Ann Zabel. Emily Michelle Zaluki. Yiqi Zhang. Fangji Zhou. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please come forward? They're here. Bonnie Brown Douglas, summa cum laude, the Department of Biology Research Award, Departmental Honors in Biology. Danielle Louise Murray, summa cum laude, the Department of Biology Award of Special Recognition, Department Honors in Biology, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Stephen Charles Alcott, summa cum laude, John S. Toll Prize in Physics, Departmental Honors in Computer Science, Departmental Honors in Physics. Emily Eline, summa cum laude, Department of Biology Pre-Pharmacy Award. Bailey Ann Howard, summa cum laude, the Department of Biology Award of Special Recognition. Allison Kathleen Halt, summa cum laude, the Psychology Department Award, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Laurel Lee Jones, summa cum laude, the Joseph H. McLean 37 Prize, Departmental Honors in Mathematics. Sean Thomas Haney, magna cum laude, the James R. Miller 51 Award for Excellence in Chemistry. Heather Ann Plosinik, magna cum laude, the Department of Biology Health Professions Award, Department Honors in Biology. Madeline Marie Pertka, magna cum laude, the Gary E. Clark Performance Prize. Maxwell Raymond Van Hoven, magna cum laude. Shenny Wong, cum laude. David Myers, cum laude. Kelly Dabrowski, cum laude, the Environmental Studies Award, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Magnolia Dean Perry, cum laude. William Murphy Jr., cum laude. Victoria May Alpa, the Environmental Studies Award, Departmental Honors in Environmental Science. Lauren Ann Bacharach. James Christopher Beck. Mark Anthony Boissonneau. Mary Claire Parker Bowie. Harold J. Braden, Jr. Donald Vincent Bradshaw, Jr. Jenna Lynn Cherico. Jillian Marie Cornwell. Jessica Elizabeth Denaris. Matthew Scott Davies, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Mackenzie Caroline Davis. Harrison Aldrich Demas. Barbara Lyle Fisher. Melanie Flippin. Trevor Daniel Francis in absentia. Jacqueline Jude Gibbons, the W. Dennis Berry 87 Leadership Award. Sean Thomas Granata. Erin Michelle Gutkind, Departmental Honors in Biology. Addison L. Hanscom. Andrew Gordon Harrison. Erica Sidney Hoffman. Claire Elizabeth Hofstede. Taylor Nicole Kaminsky. Giovanella Lucille Knapp. Kayla Marie Letterman. Nancy Marie Malmquist. Alexander Paul Marinelli. Kelsey L. McGrellis. Jordan Patricia Mitchell. Emily Christine O'Donnell. Allison Elizabeth Penchishin. Amanda Grace Peters, the Environmental Studies Award, Departmental Honors in Environmental Science. William R. Raitt IV. Siobhan Elise Ryan. Courtney Lynn Schock. Eric Alexander Siegel. Jolie Caitlin Smoodin. Ivan William Tokash. Caitlin Marie Washhart. April Marie Weaver. Anna Elizabeth Windle, Departmental Honors in Environmental Science. Bradley Nathan Woolman. Rachel H. Yeager. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts please come forward? Wendy Mittman Clark. Ann B. Himes in absentia. And last but not least, Melissa Davis Stubing.
Would all the candidates please rise? This is a traditional ending. He juvenes candidate alumni sunt. Please hood each other.
Okay, we're not quite done yet. Students, please be seated. We have a few more awards to go here. If you could be seated now. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. would like to call on Provost Chamley Wright and Alumni Board Chair Heather Culp to award the Alumni Association's Distinguished Teaching Award.
At an institution blessed with so many distinguished teachers, the choice of the Alumni Association's Distinguished Teaching Award is just about an impossible one. Extensive consultation with students and faculty has led us, however, to a conclusion. This year, I am very pleased to present this award to my fellow Department of Economics colleague, Professor Brian Scott, Chair of the Department of Economics, and the Adrian Reed Associate Professor of Environmental Science and Studies.
Congratulations, Professor Scott. Well done. It's now my privilege to award the highest honors and prizes that are within the Washington College faculty's power to bestow upon the members of the class of 2016. The first awards are given for outstanding scholarship in a particular field of study and recognize personal and academic excellence. The provost will make the presentations.
The Jane Houston Goodfellow Memorial Prize to a graduating senior majoring in science who has an abiding appreciation of the arts and humanities and has shown scholastic excellence. This year we have a tie. Laurel Lee Jones and Shenny Wong. The Gold Pentagon Awards to a senior and to one alumnus, faculty, or friend of the college selected by Omicron Delta Kappa Society in recognition of meritorious service to Washington College. Awarded to the seniors, we have two. Allison Kathleen Halt and Copan B. Jordan. And this year's Gold Pentagon Award to a member of the faculty or staff. Who else could it be but Annie Brown Coleman? the Sophie Kerr Prize. I'm also very proud of, oh so very proud of our 5 Sophie Kerr Prize finalists. Will you please stand and be recognized? Nicholas Robert Anstedt, Rachel Elise Brown, Riley Duncan Cox, Grace Catherine O'Connor, Alexandria Elaine Smythe. Congratulations to each of you. And now, to the senior judge to have the best ability and promise for future fulfillment in the field of literary endeavor. This year's Sophie Prize winner is Riley Duncan Cox. The next 5 awards are voted on and conferred by the entire faculty of Washington College. The awards have special significance as the graduates receiving them have made a tremendous impact on campus life. Their names will be added to plaques in William Smith Hall, permanent reminders of their importance to Washington College. The Louis L. Goldstein 35 Award to a graduating senior who, in the opinion of the faculty, has demonstrated unusual interest, enthusiasm, and potential for the field of public affairs. This year's recipient is Shauna Ann Bruder. The Eugene B. Casey Medal to a senior woman voted by the faculty to be outstanding in the qualities of scholarship, character, leadership, and campus citizenship. This year we have the award winner is Bonnie Brown Douglas. The Henry W.C. Catlin 1894 Medal to a senior man voted by the faculty to be outstanding in the qualities of scholarship, character, leadership, and campus citizenship. This year's recipient, Shane Michael Benz. The Clark Porter Medal to the student whose character and personal integrity, in the opinion of the faculty, have most clearly enhanced the quality of campus life, presented by Charles B. Clark, 34, in memory of Harry B. Porter, class of 1905. Mom, are you listening? Victoria May Alpa. It is our good fortune to have the Tony-nominated George Washington from Hamilton to help present the George Washington Medal and Award. To the senior who shows the greatest promise of understanding and realizing in life and work the ideals of a liberal education. This year's recipient of the George Washington Medal is Yordis Severina Lorenz.
So, your new relationship with Washington College is just beginning. I encourage you to support your alma mater in every way that you can. You are our new best ambassadors, not only for this college, but for the value of the liberal arts. So please keep in touch through your membership in the Alumni Association and tell us of your accomplishments. And please come back often to take part in the life of your college. I ask the graduates now to rise and to congratulate each other as we welcome you formally into the ranks of the Washington College alumni. All right. Now, so, I invite everyone to join the class of 2016 for a reception at Martha Washington Square immediately following this ceremony. And will the audience please remain standing for the alma mater, followed by the benediction to be given by Reverend Paul, and then remain standing until the academic recession has retired. Thank you so much. Great. My first commencement, your last. Congratulations to all of you.